coffee. Coffee. I need caffeine. It's way too early for this.
I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. I got what you need.
Finishing a marathon is more than just crossing the finish line. It's about everything that comes before it, all training, and sometimes you just have to go to extremes to get it done, like getting up at 4 in the morning to put in really long runs. Lord knows I am not a morning person. It takes me 2 cups of coffee simply to shake off the zombies. No, I'm keeping my voice down because people are still sleeping while I'm out running around their houses. And as I've been training for the New York City Marathon, I really wanted to make sure that I recorded some of what was going on early during these really long 3 and 4 hour runs. 17 miles, 18 miles, 20, and 22. It takes a lot of effort, and I wanted to practice with my cameras, carrying these through the Big Apple. So October 2nd, I went out for a 20-mile run. A little after 5 a.m. Had a false start. Early on, one of my headphones weren't working. Sometimes you have to stick them back in the case briefly to re-trigger them. You're gonna notice it's a little loop. I'm gonna run 8 to 12 times around my little circle here. Way more humid this morning, 73 degrees and dew points in the upper 70s. I'm really feeling it. Not the nice, crisp, cool fall weather we had earlier this week. Good morning. The lights, the light and dark, the shadow from the shade trees, which is great during the day, really wreaks havoc with my visual impairment and has a tendency to slow me down a little bit. Behind you. See, it's so dark, nobody can see out here, even people with real vision. That was the bus driver for Lynx. About a quarter of the way done, maintaining about a 10:50 pace, which is really great for me, especially in this humidity. The saying is true, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Here in the town center, so I did 6 or more laps around my little circle, 3 miles, headed down to this loop around the town center, gonna add another 2 in this area, and then head out into the rest of Laureate Park. Run timer, let's move. I'm gonna get a run timer here in a second. Maintaining about a 10:54, 10:53 pace. First light. Yeah, woohoo. 10 miles. Halfway done. Sunrise should be in about 20 to 30 minutes. Run timer. All right. You're okay. Coming up on 16 miles, heading into the hydration, 15.75 actually. Average pace, 11:05.
Honey, honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you
Okay.
do to me, baby.
Got some new hydration. Just hit 17 miles. 3 hours and 10 minutes. Doing really well, despite this heat today.
I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now. I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it?
Yeah. When you get to this point, you start stopping. You start stopping. Getting there.
Do you want it?
I think the wheels came off the bus. What's that song go? The wheels on the bus go round and round. My wheels came off around 18 with that sun beating down on me. Just kind of running as comfortable now for the last mile.
Yeah, I got what you want. Honey, honey, I got what you need. Honey, honey, I got what you want. Honey, honey, I got what you need.
20 miles. Woohoo!
It's still early and I'm still keeping my voice down. You know, for those first few long runs, I really had to battle through a bunch of things. Foot problem, cramping, some dizziness. But I pushed through, recovered relatively quickly. And then for the last long run, now that I'm tapering, it feels good to say that. For the last long run, I felt really good, except for one minor issue toward the end. I got it done, 22 miles. Whew. A little winded. Running with a camera, you kind of ignore your pacing a little bit. Same plan as always. I'm going to stay close to home for the first 3 miles and then head out into Laureate Park and Lake Nona Town Center. So, not the ideal conditions. We're expecting a cold front over the weekend here, but I really want to stay on my schedule. So it's 72, 73 degrees this morning. Really humid because that front is going to be coming through soon. By Monday morning, it'll be in the 60s. Okay, walk timer. Gotta cross the road. Ooh, morning.
I'm not going to check in again until maybe first light. We're getting a little hint of it now. 8.5 miles. See you soon.
Do you want it? Can you feel me? Can you handle it? Right? Do you want it? Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Yeah.
Hey there. Coming up on 13 miles. Maintaining just over an 11-minute pace. Pretty good. Whew. Zone 4. Not good. I gotta slow it down. If I'm gonna run a whole marathon with the camera, you gotta practice pulling it out, especially in these later miles when you're tired and you don't feel like doing it. Heading back in for some more hydration. 2 bottles can only go so far. Look, Maison du Récif, the Reef House, Fort Frenchie. Let's go hydrate. Plus I'm gonna have a gel, but it's a honey stinger. I'm not really into the goo gels anymore. I like the honey stingers. This guy. When I should have bent down to do that little jump over the camera thing. It's hard on my hip. You know, when you get late in a race, you should not make any movements suddenly in any direction. Your muscles are tight, your ligaments, your tendons, everything's been kind of stretched and pulled. Inflammation sets in, so gotta be careful. Just gotta keep moving, which is what I'm doing. Right about 11:10 pace, 18 miles. Okay, long run wrap up. Yeah, wow. So I've done 16.75, 18.25, 20.2, and 22. This last run was a little easier than all of the others. Yeah, shoes. So to try to combat the plantar issue, the calf issue on the left leg, I've been playing with the insoles and inserts in my shoe. It's only the right foot. Now, most of us have one foot that's slightly smaller than the other. I think my right foot is a little bit smaller and my foot is moving around in the shoe a little bit more. You don't want to cinch the shoe down so tight that you hurt your foot, but at the same point, you don't want your foot to move around, and I think my foot is moving around. So insoles are working. These insoles were given to me by my podiatrist after I broke my foot in 2019. I didn't wear them very often, and there's a little bit of a wear mark here, so I may have to get a new pair before the race. They did help. I didn't have any issues with cramping on the bottom of my foot until about mile 19. Seized up, 21.7, the left hamstring. And I thought to myself, no, I am not gonna stop. So I kept moving, I walked it off, and that's what you gotta do. It really is a mental game. You know, you're gonna have these aches and pains after you get over about 15 or 18 miles. The wall you hit, I didn't hit it. I just kept moving. So I'm New York City Marathon ready. And then I'm going to move on to the Goofy Challenge. Goofy Challenge is a whole different beast along with Dopey because you're doing multiple races back to back to back. So after I get done with New York, I'm going to have to work in some challenge training, which means you're going to be getting up to about a 10 or 12 miles on one day and about 20 to 22 on another to be ready for a half and a full back to back. Even though you really don't run either one of them, this is about finishing those races. Keep training. I'm ready for New York City. Woohoo! I will see you at the start line. Start line pretty soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It will let you know when I post the next video. I hope to do a brief wrap of my entire training for New York City coming up next, and then we're going to be hitting the Big Apple for the big race. In the meantime, you can check out this old favorite.